From the moment we're born, we hear it, don't we? The female is the gentle sex. My entire life, I was conditioned to see women as these incredibly fragile beings. You have to walk on eggshells, think through every single word before you say it. Her emotions were this sacred temple, and God forbid you ever do anything to hurt them. A girl's tears. Man, I used to see those as a personal failure, a sin I had committed. And you know where that mindset got me? It got me hurt. It got my heart broken, over and over again. All because I never, ever dared to break a woman's heart. And in the end, that made me the one who always got broken. So, I'm going to give you a rule right now, and I want you to burn this into your brain until the day you die. She will only truly love you if you have the guts to break her. Now, listen to me, because this is important. How many young guys out there think that if they're just nice, if they behave, if they treat a girl like a queen, she'll magically fall for them? That is absolute nonsense. Pain, that is the ingredient that makes a woman fall in love. Pain is what makes her feel empathy for you, connect with you, and ultimately, love you, whether it's at the very beginning or deep into a relationship. So, what kind of pain are we talking about? Does a woman want to be coddled and treated with kid gloves? Or does she secretly prefer a man who is firm, strict, and even a little tough with her? What does she really want? Let's ask science. Back in the caveman days, life wasn't a walk in the park. It was brutal. Survival demanded toughness. A man had to be strict, strong, and unwavering to hunt dangerous animals and fight off threats. In that environment, strength wasn't just a personality trait. It was a prerequisite for life itself. And that deep, primal need for a strong protector got hardwired into our DNA. From then until now, women have been subconsciously searching for that strength. And today, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful displays of that strength. Pain. Not physical abuse, let's be clear. We're talking about psychological tension. A woman often feels a strange kind of pleasure, a deep attraction, when she experiences this tension. Think about it. With your friends or family, kindness works. Your mom spoils you. Your family supports you. You're nice to them. They're nice to you. It's a simple, reciprocal relationship. But in the world of romance and attraction, the rules are completely different. A woman won't be kind to you just because you're kind to her. Why? Because she is constantly testing you. She doesn't want you to just roll over and submit easily. She wants you to give her that pain that proves your strength. It's her way of measuring your power. Let me give you a blunt example. If she pushes you, and you just stumble back and do nothing, she registers you as weak. But if you stand your ground and push back harder, she knows you're strong. She understands strength through the lens of confrontation and pain. She wants to see your power in how you handle pressure, how you endure, and how you refuse to be controlled. This is what women are looking for in a man. She instinctively wants to be in the position of weakness, so that you can be in the position of power. She is the negative pole. You are the positive. It's the natural balance, the fundamental polarity between masculine and feminine energy. A girl who is super sweet to you, who spoils you, who says, "I love you, honey, you're perfect." Why do men fall for that? Because that softness, that gentleness, that care, that's pure feminine energy. But as a man, you are supposed to be the opposite. You shouldn't mirror her softness. You should be the source of the tension. You should be the pain. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to create that specific kind of psychological pain that draws her closer, not pushes her away. Because this is the exact kind of pain she is secretly looking for. The choice is simple. Either you cause her this attractive pain, or you will be the one suffering because of her. And if you're the one who suffers, the relationship is doomed to fail. She will test you in every way imaginable, just to find out if you're capable of making her feel that tension. If you are, she will fall for you. But if she feels nothing, and you're the one in agony, submitting to her every whim, then you've already lost. This is why, in the game of love, a man must be strong, and this strength is shown in his ability to be unbothered, to not feel the emotional pain she tries to inflict during her tests. So you're probably asking, okay, how do I give her this pain? How do I break her? It's simple. As a man, you possess a certain power. When you project this power correctly, it creates that feeling of attractive pain inside of her. And the specific power we're focusing on today is assertive dominance. So what is assertive dominance? Listen closely. There is a secret skill that, if you master it, becomes your ultimate tool to break a woman's resistance and make her fall completely in love. Before I even tell you the name of this skill, let me walk you through an example so you don't just memorize this. You understand it. Let's put this into a real-world scenario. Imagine you text a girl, "Hey, let's meet up at 7 o'clock tonight." She texts back, "Can we do 6 o'clock instead?" Now, stop right there. This is a critical moment, and I need you to understand what's happening beneath the surface. Your first instinct might be to say, "Sure, I'm free at 6 o'clock. No big deal." And if you were a high-status man whose time is genuinely scarce and valuable, I'd tell you to go for it. But let's be real. You're most likely an average guy with a flexible schedule. If you act with that accommodating mindset, you immediately hand over your power, and she will start to lose respect for you. I'm sorry to be blunt, but if you're an average man, you have to follow the strategy I'm about to lay out. So, let's rewind. She says, let's meet at 6 o'clock. Your response should be a simple, no, 7 o'clock works for me. From here, one of two things will happen. Either she agrees to 7 o'clock, fantastic, you've established your frame, or she pushes back again. No, it has to be 6 o'clock. At this point, you absolutely cannot give in and say, okay, 6 o'clock it is. Instead, your response is, no, 6 doesn't work for me. Let's just reschedule for another time. I know this sounds easy on paper, but in the moment, it will feel incredibly difficult. Your emotions are going to scream at you to just agree. So let me reprogram your brain right now. There are two main reasons you'll hesitate. The first reason is scarcity. You'll tell yourself, I can't waste this opportunity. If I say no, who knows when I'll get another chance to see her. My friend, listen to this golden rule. If you say yes to 6 o'clock, you might see her tonight. But I guarantee you, she will pull this move on you again, and again, and again, until your value in her eyes hits 0. It's only a matter of time before she gets bored and moves on. The paradox is, she wants you to say no. In that moment, when you cancel the date, even if she acts annoyed, her subconscious attraction for you goes through the roof. So when you feel that fear of loss, you need to hear my voice in your head telling you to say no. The second reason you'll hesitate is that you don't want to upset her. You'll think, if I say no, she might get angry or think I'm a jerk. Bro, let me repeat the rule. She will only love you if you dare to break her. When you say no, will she get upset? Maybe. Will she be angry? Possibly. But that feeling, that little sting of frustration, is the exact pain she needs to feel to become attracted to you. This isn't something you should run from. It's something you should be looking for. When you say no and cancel the date, the next time you ask her out, she will be the one saying yes to your time and your schedule. This all comes from a core principle I teach. See yourself as the prize. And look, let's be totally honest with each other. You're probably not the prize right now. I'm 99% sure you're not. But that's not the point. The secret is to act like you're the prize. When you project that reality, people start to see you that way. Did you notice what I kept repeating? The secret skill, the tool for assertive dominance, is your ability to say one word, no. You have to master the art of saying no to a woman. Let me give you more examples so this sinks in. You're walking with her, and you want to go down one street. She says, no, let's go this other way. Again, remember me. You say, no, we're going this way. If she argues, you say, okay, feel free to go your way, and you keep walking. This will feel unnatural, but this is how you must be. Don't be afraid of losing her. Don't think, if I leave her, she'll never want to see me again. It's the opposite. If you walk away, 9 times out of 10, she will follow you. And even if she's stubborn and doesn't, you can be certain that next time, she will, because her subconscious has registered that you are stronger and that you don't need her. This is how you train her to become emotionally invested in you. Frankly, I don't understand guys who put a girl's comfort above their own. You want to go one way, she wants to go another. Why should her preference automatically win? Who is she that you must follow her lead? Do what you want, and let her be the one to follow. Apply this logic to everything. The location of the date? You want to go to a restaurant? She wants to go to a cafe? Don't give in. By the way, I see this question in the comments all the time. I'm talking to a girl, but she never wants to go out with me. Let me tell you how to handle this. You say, let's go to the pool on Saturday. She replies, no. What do? You don't beg, and you don't just say okay, and sit at home. You go alone. Simple. She didn't want to go. Fine. You'll go by yourself. And then you post a picture of you having a good time. When she sees that, she'll think, wait, he went without me. Maybe he went with another girl. He doesn't need me. He was going anyway. Once that little virus of doubt enters her mind, the next time you say, let's go to the pool, she'll be eager to join, because she's realized that if she doesn't, she might lose you for good. Let's take a completely different example. Say you're married. You tell your wife, I'd love to have pot roast for dinner tonight. She replies, nope, I'm making meatloaf. You don't get angry, you don't argue. You just say, okay, you can cook that, but I'm going to go get some pot roast. Then you leave and go eat what you want at a restaurant. Yes, she might feel hurt. She might even cry because of how coldly you handled it. But that is exactly the tension, the pain, that she secretly craves. This isn't evil. Women love drama. They love to feel those deep emotions, even painful ones. And finally, let's talk about the last point that will help you master the word no. Money. Let's talk about money. Do you have to pay for the date? Should you buy her gifts? Who covers the check? This is where so many men get confused. So let me give you a clear principle to follow. When it comes to women and money, there are 3 types of men: the miser, the passive provider, and the dominant provider. The miser is the guy who won't spend a single cent. He's cheap with everyone. This guy fails with women, he fails with men, he fails at life. We don't even need to talk about him now. Let's focus on the other 2, because the difference is critical. The passive provider is the guy who constantly spends money on a girl to try and buy her love. He's the one showering her with gifts, sending her money, and paying for everything, hoping his wallet will make her like him. This man is a guaranteed failure with women. the absolute best he can hope for is to become the willing victim of a gold digger. The man I want you to become is the dominant provider. You need to understand that even though the world has changed, a woman is still hardwired to be attracted to a man who can provide. But you must provide in a smart, dominant way. Don't be the man who uses money as a plea for love. Be the man who spends simply because he is the man. So how do you do that? We need to break spending into 3 categories. 1. Transactional spending. 2. Complementary spending. And 3. Essential spending. Let's start with transactional spending. This is when you are literally trying to trade money for her love or attention. For example, she wants to go on a trip with her friend and says, "Can you give me money so I can go?" Or she's treating you coldly, but you pay for her and her friend's Uber hoping she'll text you later. If you are doing this, stop immediately. Don't be a fool. If a girl ever asks you for this kind of spending, your answer must be a hard no. Never ever do this. Next is complementary spending. This is when you buy her a gift, like a dress she mentioned she liked, or you plan a surprise romantic dinner. This type of spending is acceptable, but only under 2 strict conditions. Condition 1. You must already be in an exclusive relationship with her. Never, ever spend like this on a girl you are just casually dating. Make that a personal rule. Condition 2. It must be for a specific reason or occasion. It's her birthday, or she did something genuinely thoughtful for you, and you're rewarding that good behavior. But if you're just walking through a store, and she says, "Oh, I love that perfume," and you rush to the counter to buy it just to see her smile, you're being dumb. Never do that. And if she directly asks for something unnecessary like that, your default answer should be no, unless she has earned it. I don't care if she pouts or cries from now until next Tuesday. Do not give in. Finally, there is essential spending. This is the spending required for you to function and live life together. You go on a date to a restaurant. It is completely fine for you to pay. In fact, if you have the money, it's better that you do. This demonstrates your provider status and increases her attraction. You're traveling together. You should pay for the core expenses if you can afford it. The key is this. Your role is to cover the essentials of the shared experience. Anything beyond that, you need to learn how to say no. Don't be afraid of her reaction. Even if she gets hurt, that is the tension she is looking for. So now I've explained most of the situations you'll run into. But before we end, I need to explain the right way to say the word no. Because there's a huge difference between saying it correctly and saying it incorrectly. There are 2 ways to say no, from a place of need or from a place of non-need. Let's go back to our example. You say, "Let's meet at 7 o'clock. She says, "No, 6 o'clock. If you get angry and defensive, saying, "No, it has to be 7 o'clock. And start arguing with her, trying to convince her. Yes, you've said the word no, but you've said it from a place of need. Your anger shows that you desperately need to see her, and you need it to be on your terms. You're not making her feel attractive pain here. You're just showing her that you're in pain. Now, the right way. You say, "Let's meet at 7 o'clock. She says, "No, 6 o'clock. You reply with a calm, indifferent tone. "Ah, okay, 6 o'clock doesn't work. Let's just leave it for another time then." And you seem completely but that no, the one that comes from a place of not, the one that signals you are perfectly fine with, or without her, that is the no that creates the psychological pain that drives a woman crazy with attraction. And with that, you should have a solid understanding of how to create this powerful dynamic. By the way, if you're interested in going deeper into the psychology of attraction and want to learn how to manipulate a girl to make her fall for you, against her will, you can find my ebook in the description below. In it, I break down these games in far more detail than I ever could hear on YouTube. And if you're still watching at this point, I just want to say, I appreciate you. This was The Dark Needle, and I'll see you in the next video.